All right, I'm recording. Hands up if you want to answer that question for me. What is a premium? One, two, three, four. Two. Trace? I think it was Trace, or was it Owen? Trace. Trace.
Like how much you're willing to pay for like a better
Well, it is how much you're willing to pay for what? Isn't that a better, it's just like, who are you paying? Let's put it that way. Okay. Who do you pay a premium to, guys? The insurance company. So the insurance company is who you're paying, but it's how much you're paying per month. Go get a price, Trace. So it's how much you're paying per month. Now, this is a complicated idea, so we're going to have to take it slow. Go get a calculator, please. What? Yeah. Okay. So premiums depend on how much you have to pay. It depends on your age and your gender. Does anybody have an idea why your gender would matter when we're talking about insurance? Kate?
Both genders have different things, like females can get pregnant, but males.
That's true. That is a very distinct difference, right? Females can have birth complications, can have pregnancies that cost a lot of money, right, for that kind of thing. Also, when we're talking about life insurance, we're talking about how likely somebody is to die. So what do you think? Statistically, they've looked at this. Like, insurance companies have looked at both genders. They've looked at ages. And they've found that some people are more likely or more at risk of death than other ages or genders. Anybody want to take a guess? Who do you think is more risky, males or females?
Male.
Males, for sure. So actually, males have to pay more for insurance than females do. And although that seems extremely unfair, also it is literally just the insurance companies crunching numbers on death and being like, yeah, young men are reckless compared to other genders and ages, okay? And the way you young men are smiling at each other right now makes me think that you are very aware that that is possibly true.
The price we pay for trying to act cool.
Yes, the price you pay for trying to act cool. So look at this. If I say that this is the price that a 33-year-old female would pay, or a 30-year-old male. See how the male is younger? Okay, so the female actually at an older age gets to pay the same price. And it is about term insurance. So it is how much that they have to pay per $1,000. So what you do when you have life insurance is you say how much you want to be insured for. So you say something like, I want to be insured for $25,000, which means that if I die, my family would get $25,000. Will $25,000 cut it? Depends. Are you the breadwinner? If you're not, and they just have to pay for your funeral, then yeah, $25,000 probably would cover something like that. But if it is covering your family being stable without you for a long time, no, $25,000 isn't going to cut it. So per $1,000 that you want to be covered, this is how much you have to pay per month. You guys remember that term insurance is something that only lasts a certain amount of time, and whole life insurance is something that you're paying a lot more for. You're paying it your whole life, and you can cash out that policy at some point if you want and basically get most of those premiums back. And this is, so they have charts like this where they say, how old are you, and what's your gender, and how long do you want it for, and here's how you pay for it. $252 a month, that seems pretty cheap, doesn't it? Why do you think it is more expensive as you get older. More health problems, exactly. It is more likely for people to die as they get older. And so as we get older, it is more likely for us to die. Also, look at this. A female is 48, a male is 45. Not only have they found that men tend to be a little bit more reckless in that kind of stuff, especially with like, has anybody ever tried with, has anybody had to pay for, or had their parents tell them about paying for them for automobile insurance? Okay, has anybody ever had that thing where like, they're like, hey, do you get straight A's at school? What are your grades at school? And that affects your policy? They've done a lot of things where they do research based on people who get in more accidents are people generally who aren't getting like on the A honor roll or B honor roll. Is that always the case? Absolutely not. People who are on the A honor roll can definitely get in accidents. They're just looking for trends to save their company money and to make things for it. But what they're saying, and also a big point of this is the difference between men and women is that women tend to live longer. So a policy for a 48-year-old woman is the same as a policy for a 45-year-old man because women tend to live longer. And so that's almost making their ages kind of equivalent, I guess.
It's also kind of the biology of the female body. You're more resilient to illnesses because, well, you have to carry.
Interesting. I didn't know that. All right, so we've got these two. Do you guys understand how to read this chart? Like if I said, I am a 38-year-old female, which P.S. I am. So here I am, right here on the chart. And let's say I wanted 10 years of insurance. Okay? Do you see how I'd be going to the 10-year category? How much would I be paying a month? $4.15. That seems a bit low, doesn't it? But that's only because that would just give me $1,000. For every $1,000, I have to pay $4.15. So what if I wanted $25,000?